War is hell. But this certainly isn't. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? New day, new movie, same old me, unless I get called off to war, in which case I won't be doing that. Speaking of which, did you see that new movie done by the same guy who delivered us one of the greatest James Bond films of all time? No, we're not talking about Die Another Day, although that is an excellent movie. I didn't mean to say that, just get rid of 1917, directed by Sam Mendes, starring George MacKay, Dean Charles Chapman, Colin Firth, Mark Strong, Andrew Scott, Richard Madden, Benedict Cumberbatch. What is this, Britain's Got Talent? Based on a true story of two soldiers trying to make it across enemy lines in order to deliver a message about the upcoming attack. If it was up to me, I'd be thinking to myself, perhaps Sam Mendes got drunk one night and decided to watch Dunkirk followed by Birdman, because that is exactly what this movie is. But is it really worth the hype? Let's kick it into the good. Right off the bat, the very first thing that should be mentioned, the way that it is shot. Beautiful, consistent, and constant. And what exactly do I mean by this? Well, if you haven't seen Alfred Hitchcock's classic Rope, or Birdman as I mentioned before, this means a continuous shot. So it is edited and put together as if it is all happening in real time. No cutaways, no changes, no effects. It's all done right then and there, or to appear that it's all been done right then and there. It really shows, because I wouldn't even call this a movie. I would call this an experience. You feel like you are actually there in this war-torn hell that you see these soldiers being put through. It makes it feel immersive, real, as if you are there fighting and struggling. It's a massive slow burn, but it's a good slow burn. The kind that you want when you put your hand over a fire. Don't do that, please. Or do if you think you're hard enough. Cinematography, directing, editing, so many good things about this. It just works beautifully. Now, in terms of the story, it's very simple. And you don't really need to make it any more than that. The acting from each of them. Now, granted, we only see two of them on screen for majority of the film. George MacKay, Dean Charles Chapman, brilliant. Their dynamic works perfectly. You see the different struggles that they're going through. The transformation that they have endured. Especially from George MacKay. Just a startling transformation from start to finish. That you feel as if you are actually following in his footsteps. You're actually there witnessing these moments. Dean Charles Chapman, he just skips from scene to scene like he knows what he's doing. The other big part is the set pieces. You really do feel like it is World War I. Now, I know that I haven't actually been in World War I, and most likely everyone who's watching this hasn't either, unless you've been cryogenically frozen, in which case, welcome to the channel. The sound design, the music, it all just fits. There were a few moments where I start to feel a bit weepy. Well, most of the time when people watch a movie, they hold back their emotions, or they, like me, release them. Don't judge me, I'm a fucking actor. But it actually shows real emotion and depth when it comes to these characters. You want them to succeed. The small cameos, Colin Firth, Mark Strong, Andrew Scott, Richard Madden, and Benedict Cumberbatch. It's like you were watching an episode of Sherlock, except they're on two different sides of the front. I wonder if anyone's thought of that. Sherlock, 1917. But with all this good, there's gotta be some bad. I know this is gonna be hard to believe, but there isn't any. Honestly, for lack of a better word, perfect. I could not think of anything wrong the entire time that I was watching. I was enthralled from start to finish. That there wasn't a single moment that took me out of it. From scene to scene, even if there is no sound and it's just two guys standing there, you're captured by the set pieces, the music, the way that it all plays out. There's nothing else. It is great from start to finish. So it definitely lives up to its hype. Seeing these characters interact with each other, the way that the set pieces work together, the music that blends it through, cameo after cameo that you wouldn't expect to see in this movie, and the acting from the two mains, phenomenal. So in terms of war films, you could actually rank this pretty high on the list. A well thought out, fully constructed, simple premise that has a lot going for it. And doesn't make you feel like it's shooting the audience in the face for wanting more. So that's why 1917 gets... I always like to end my reviews with a quote from the film. So my favorite quote is, I do hate losing these to the Hun, so if you'd be so kindly as to throw them back over if you're shot, cheerio. You'll know it when you see it. But that being said, did you see it? Will you see it? And if so, let me know in the comments. Until then, I've been DJ, and always remember, did you see it? Oh, thank God. That was a 5 out of 5 movie. I know one movie that won't be getting that this week.